Hi everybody, welcome back to my 69 Dodge Coronet conversion build. I'm just starting this Monogram 69 Dodge kit, trying to make it look like the 69 Coronet 500 that I had back in the day. The instructions are one sheet, two sides, not much to it. Cut all the parts off the screws, separated the ones I'm going to be using and the ones I'm not going to be using. Cleaned everything up, an awful lot of flash on this kit. I know it's a bit of an older kit. Only some seam lines here and here to sand off, and just cleaned up around the edges. I've got the engine halves put together. I've got the engine parts in this little dish and the interior parts in this dish. The drivetrain, interior tub, radiator, seats, chassis. I've attached the front end steering and suspension parts. These white parts here are the ones I ordered from Hearts Parts Resin. I'll be using the hood, the tail lights, and the headrests. I had to order the front bench seat to get the headrests, but I'll be using the bucket seats because that's what I had in my car. I'm going to have to build, I guess, a console, or somehow indicate a console here, the floor console that I had on mine. I guess that's about it for now, and we carry on. I used this evergreen styrene sheets to cut the little strips that went along the rocker panels. I cut them about 2 millimeters wide and put them on the sides there. I used some other thinner stuff for the vinyl roof, cut from a no parking sign. So today I took some cardstock and mocked up for a floor console that I had in my Coronet. It was an automatic with a floor console and a shifter. And then I transferred that onto some styrene sheet, cut that, glued it together, glued the end on, glued another piece on top for the trim. I'll put the shifter in here, and there's two little lights, floor lights that go on when you open the door. I put some, punched out some round piece of styrene for that, and then that'll go right in here, and I'll just have to paint that up. It's got wood grain in the center, chrome trim, and it'll be black around the edges. I've taped off the body in order to spray some black primer over the roof and the rocker panel. This will also be the base for the black vinyl roof. Here I've brush painted some of the wood grain details on the interior. And I've dry brushed some weathering on the chassis and exhaust system. My scratch-built floor console turned out pretty good, and I also had a CB radio in my car, so I've attached that from another kit. So for the interior tub, I went online and found replicas of the floor mats that I had in my Coronet and printed them off and attached them into the floor tub here. And the Beatnik Bandit model kit, I saved this gas pedal from that kit, and this is what I had in my car. I had one of these metal gas pedals as well. These iconic headrests really bring back memories for me. My car had the 318 V8. This model kit comes with a 440. However, I believe, if I remember correctly, I painted my 318 orange. So with all the pieces in the interior in, it's starting to look a lot more familiar now. And now back to preparing the body for the primer coat. So now I've got the main part of the car in primer. I used the Vallejo light gray acrylic primer with the airbrush. And I was in Michael's a couple of years ago and I found some Craft Smart acrylic paint that pretty much matches the color of the car that I had. It's the bronze metallic. So I'm going to be setting that up in the airbrush and a few coats of that and a few coats of Future over it to seal it, and then I can work on the black vinyl roof. So we're back in the paint booth here and we're ready to spray on the body color. So I've got the body color on. I got 3 or 4 coats on there, and I've got the hood done and the front valance. So now it's just a matter of sealing it up with some Future, taking the masking tape off, and dabbing on the vinyl roof paint. This is a very close color match to my car. It's beginning to look a lot like what I remember it. Adding in the conversion tail lights and the license plates will finish it off. I covered the round gauges with a picture I found online of the Coronet gauges. I took the steering wheel from the Dodge Dart kit and I put together the 3 pieces that make up the tail lights from the resin conversion kit. Well, that's about it for now. I still have lots to do. I have to add custom wheels and tires and do some more detail painting. Stay tuned for further updates.